Breathing and exchange of gases is our next unit. So in the first part, we will first of all start with introduction. Oxygen is utilized by organisms to directly break down simple molecules like glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, etc. to derive energy to perform various activities. So after digestion, the complex food was broken into simpler parts. These simpler parts were absorbed by the intestinal mucosa and transported to cells where it was assimilated. Assimilation means the cell took up this food from blood. Now food, or the simplified version of food, that is glucose, amino acid. Now what is the exact function of this glucose, amino acid or fatty acid? The main function of these molecule is to provide energy to the cell. How will we do that? For that, oxygen is used and the bond between glucose, amino acid and fatty acids are broken. So the bond which is present between the molecules of glucose or amino acid or fatty acid is broken. So when a bond is broken, energy is released, and when a bond is made, energy is absorbed. So this absorbed energy, that is the energy that is absorbed during the formation of bond, is released when we break the bond. So in the process of respiration, oxygen is utilized to break the bond between glucose to derive energy to perform various activity, and the energy that is released is used for various activities because we need energy to perform activities, obviously. Carbon dioxide, which is harmful, is also released during the above catabolic reaction. Catabolic reactions are reaction in which a molecule is broken down into simpler parts. So carbon dioxide is released. Although carbon dioxide is harmful for our body, still it is released as a byproduct which have to be discarded from our body. It is therefore evident that oxygen has to be continuously provided to the cell, and CO2 provided by the cell have to be released out. So we can see that this whole process is taking place in our cell. So our cell needs oxygen so that it can break these molecules, and it will release CO2 which have to be discarded or released out from the cell and taken away from it and released out. So this process of exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere, where do we get this oxygen from? We get oxygen from our atmosphere and the atmosphere with the CO2 produced by the cell. So breathing or respiration is a process in which the oxygen that we get from the atmosphere is exchanged with CO2, which is made in the cell, which are produced in the cell as a byproduct, and then this CO2 is released through respiration from outside our body. Respiratory organ. Mechanism of breathing vary among different groups of animal depending mainly on their habitat and level of organization. So all organisms breathe, but how they breathe, what kind of mechanism is involved differ, and it really depends on their habitat. Do they live in water? Do they live in land? And also on the level of organization. Do they have very complex organization like mammals, or they have very simple organization like sponges or coelentrates? Lower invertebrates like sponges, coelenterate, flatworm. In the chapter of diversity, yes, in the chapter of animal kingdom, you might have studied, like we have sponges and coelentrates, then platyhelminthes. Like this, depending where do they stand in the where do they stand on the basis of the complexity, we can say that exchange of CO2 in lower invertebrates is really simple. So the exchange of O2 with CO2 is very simple in lower invertebrates like sponges, coelentrates, flatworm, and it is by simple diffusion over their entire body surface. So basically the whole entire body surface helps in exchange of gases. For example, if this is the body, so this body will help in exchange of gases by simple diffusion. Earthworm use their moist cuticle, that is their moist surface, and insects have a network of tubules called as tracheal tubules to transport atmospheric air within the body. So earthworms will use their moist cuticle. Cuticle is basically a layer over their skin, and insects have a network of tubes. So basically a whole network of tube is present within an insect, mostly in case of arthropods like cockroaches, which helps in transport mechanism, transport of atmospheric air. For example, this is the respiratory system of a cockroach. This is a tracheal system. Tracheal system helps in respiration, and this is the tracheal trunk. And these are spiracles. Spiracles basically helps in exchange. They are like an opening which helps in exchange of gases, and the tracheal system is involved in the transport of oxygen and CO2. Special vascularized structure called gills or branchial respiration are used by most aquatic arthropods and mollusks, whereas vascularized bags called lungs, or we also known as pulmonary respiration, are used by the terrestrial forms for exchange of gases. So here they say that in case of branchial respiration, gills are used. This can be seen in the case of aquatic arthropods, mollusks, and in case of pulmonary respiration, lungs is used, which can be seen in the case of terrestrial forms. Among vertebrates, fishes use gills, whereas amphibians, reptile, birds, mammal respire through lungs. Animals like frog can respire through their moist skin, also known as cutaneous respiration.